Here today I'm gonna show you my type of stitching that I do to the wallets, and before I do that I just want to mention a couple of things which I think are important. This is a natural veg 10 wallet leather that it has is 4 to 5 ounces thickness, and this is usually how more or less the end product is going to look like very soon. Now I am going to be stitching it with white thread, which is this one right over here. This is a poly thread, 3 millimeters, and that's what it's called in the industry. It's very strong, extremely strong. It's also good thing is made in America, in a company in Maine thread company, which is happens to be very good company. So this is the thread, very strong, and it's already been waxed. So I use this wax here, which is beeswax, and just to wax it so it stays protected. The type of needles that I use are these two needles over here. Okay, these are blonde here on the hand. Okay, and this is also needles that happen to be very good quality. They saddle stitching needles, and they're very good. Okay. You can get them at Springfield Leather Store in Missouri. That's where I purchased this one from. This is also made in America. As you know, I don't have to tell you now by now, folks, that everything that we use here is made in America. So I'm going to be beginning my stitching, and let me just put the thread through the needle eye. If I can get there, that would be helpful. So, you know, like I mentioned before, I never had a problem threading the needle, but nowadays, now I don't know why today, but okay, we're good now. So here is, I'm also keeping handy a piece of cloth, which is right over here, and the reason for that is because your hands need to be very clean. Okay, you definitely do not want your hands to be wet, because we're dealing with this type of leather that anything that happens to this leather, it shows. So you know, even just a simple drop of water, it shows. So obviously you want to keep your work very clean. Okay, so right now I'm gonna start, and I'll show you how I stitch my wallets. Okay, so just to begin, let me see if I can focus the camera a little bit better. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here we are. We're going to start, and this is the front. I always start by the front. So this is the wallet. This is the front, and I'm going to start right over here. Okay, and again, this is my style. Some other people will have a different style of how to stitch the wallet. Some people would rather start from here and then go around the wallet this end here. I'll start from here and walk my way back down here. Okay, so let me show you. So the first thing we do is we're gonna go through the first hole, and then we're just gonna make sure that both sides are the same length. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so okay, now some people do, they start over here and they go back and forth just to do a double stitch at the very first hole. I usually don't do that. I do that not at the very beginning, but I'll do it at the very end sometimes. Bearing in mind that, remember that this, we use very strong cement glue to glue this leather together. So there's actually no need to do a double stitch. But some people like it, so we do it too. So the first thing I do is I go through the first hole right over here with this needle. The second needle, the one that I'm holding in my left hand, it goes in first. Okay, when I get that needle, right, so I pull to the side and put the second needle. Now let me show you what happens here on the other end. Right there, I'll take this and then I loop it in the back. You see my fingers, where my fingers are? I loop it in the back and I just pull. So There we go, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this side here first. I'll show you. I put the left needle first, I hold it, put the second needle, and then I loop it to the needle. So I'm gonna show you next. Just if give me a few more, give me a few seconds, and I show you how I do it. What it's gonna look like. Okay. A lot of times when I am stitching a wallet, if I do it from the very beginning to the end, non-stop, it takes about 10 to 12 minutes to get it done. Now remember that a lot of times I'm actually sitting somewhere and I will have some kind of distraction, whether it's listening to the radio or maybe watching TV. So it takes me a little bit longer sometimes. But the estimated time to do a stitching is around 10 to 12 minutes if you do it. If you get your wallet prep ready to go, get your needles all done, threaded and everything, so you're good to go. So it takes about 12 minutes. Okay folks, moving along here little by little, we're getting there. Just want to kind of give you a quick view of what's happening. Okay guys, I'm coming to an end of my stitching here. Just few more stitches and we'll be all set. And I just wanted to show you what do I do when I finish with the wallet, because I just wanted to see it, and the stitching is coming out very nice. After a while you don't even stop to look how it's coming, you know it's coming along very well. So as I was mentioned before, I'm coming down to the last stitch, which is this one right over here. This is the last stitch. Now I usually, as I mentioned, at the very beginning when I start, I don't do a double stitch. I do the double stitch at the very end. Sometimes what I'll also do is I might do the triple stitch. But to be quite honest with you, it's actually not necessary. Okay, so this is the last stitch, all right? This one over here. So I'm gonna double loop it, okay? Double loop it, pull it. And you don't want to pull too hard, because if you do pull too hard, you might actually cut right through the leather, and you definitely do not want to do that. Okay, give me 1 second here. So what I also gonna do here, I'm gonna do the double stitch with the double loop, and that's all you need folks. You don't need absolutely anything else. Okay, that should be more than enough. Okay, so just let me show you. I don't know if you can see side to side here, right here, exactly right there. So all you have to do is pull it, and you don't want to pull it too hard. Now the other thing that I will do later on, you know, I cut, but I'm not gonna cut it right down here now. I cut it down here, okay, just to free up my needles so I can move off to the next wallet. Also, some guys like, and it's something that I used to do and I just kind of learned it a little while ago, is that when I cut this, right, I don't want to burn the ends, because if you do burn the ends here, what's gonna happen is you're gonna show a black little spot there, so you definitely don't want that. So instead of doing that, I will cut and hide them. I just push them right into the hole so it becomes invisible. Alright, so folks, I just wanted to show you. And also remember, always work with something. Make sure that your hands are dry. Okay, there is nothing wet on your working table, because if you get something in there's oil or ink or water, you're gonna mess up your wallet, and you definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so that being said, folks, let me go finish up, and this is how my wallets. All right, folks, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.